What in the hell are you two doing? You're supposed to be on the floor working.
I'm working. I gotta call Jeremy.
What are you calling him about?
This guy's got 2 Rocky Marciano custom-made punching bags.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to test them out, or I still got it. Right, Rick?
Really, Dad?
I think he still got it, boss.
What is that?
That'll take and put you on the ground, son. This one I call the hospital. This one I call the morgue. Understand me?
This is amazing. Rocky Marciano is just an absolute legend in the world of boxing. He's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time and just pummeled his opponents in the ring with just unparalleled power, despite the fact everyone called him undersized. He had this unbelievable ability to knock whoever he wanted to flat on their ass with a single punch.
I've watched footage of this guy fight. He is scary. This guy's knocking out big guys.
49-0 with 43 knockouts. It's hard to argue.
I know.
Rocky Marciano embodied what a great heavyweight champion should be. He didn't have the greatest reach or height, but he made up for it in just brute power and charisma, and is the only champion to go through his entire career undefeated.
You know, he's asking for a lot of money, $375,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what to pay for these or what they're worth.
What I can tell you, the most valuable piece of boxing memorabilia ever sold, Muhammad Ali's trunks from the fight of the century against Joe Frazier, $175,000. You can mention that there's paperwork or affidavits?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, these run from my father-in-law all the way through guys that were there with him when he gave him the bags.
Okay. I had occasion to travel to Grossinger's training camp in New York. This was a camp used by Rocky Marciano. While at Grossinger's, I was present when Mr. Marciano gave his personally designed and custom-made heavy bag to Peter DeGravio.
That was my wife's uncle.
Okay. These were custom-made for Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's the tricky part, because they're one of a kinds. As far as the value on these, they're worth as much as somebody's willing to pay. Marciano is a huge name. He has a huge following. It's hard to assess a value because they are one of a kind. With one-of-a-kind items, you never know. There could be some guy waiting out there for something just like this with deep pockets who could pay $1 million. Unlike autographs, where you have established third-party authentication services out there, there's really not a company who's an authority that can authenticate these because of the fact they're one of a kind. There's no serial numbers, markings anywhere specific on it. There's really not a smoking gun, so to speak, that without a doubt links these bags as the bags mentioned in the affidavits.
You know what, the thing is, I would have to say is that definitely it links them to their... I've seen photographs all over the internet. I've seen this bag with Rocco on it in Grossinger's. I've seen that bag with Rocco punching it.
Okay.
So, it's there.
What I'm saying is there's nothing in the paperwork stating that this is bag XYZ and this bag is XYZ, so to speak, that we know definitively this is the bag that Marciano gave to those folks in the paperwork.
So, as much as your guy, you know, doesn't think he can put the pieces together, they definitely fit, so.
Do the $375,000 fit? That's the problem. I believe that they're real. I think that they could be, and I think they could be worth a lot of money.
Sure.
But it's kind of like the baseball hat that Babe Ruth took off his head and threw to a kid in the crowd.
Right.
It's very, very hard for that kid 50 years down the line to say, this is the hat Babe Ruth threw to me when I was in the stands at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, but with these affidavits, it's
But, I mean, you have affidavits from nobody I've ever heard of.
I have photographs with Rocky and the
You have
bag.
photographs with Rocky in a bag.
And my uncle, and my brother-in-law, and our friends.
You know, you may have a point, and you know what? You might be 100% right, and everything else, it's just not a chance I can take. Not with my money.
Okay, you're missing out here.
I mean, is there a guy out there that would pay $1 million for it? I'm sure there is.
Sure.
But is that guy gonna come stumbling into my shop and see it hanging on the wall and buy it?
I know.
No. I would really very much so try to sell them in an auction house and get somebody else to put their name with it.
Really?
They could definitely be worth some money. And you know what? This guy could be the limit on him, all right?
Hi, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I do. I think that the paperwork does really prove the validity of the bags. Along with the photographs, I know it's Rocky's bag. We all know it's Rocky's bag.